What you got there?
Well, since we were doing Christmas movies, thought that might have some Christmas bells.
Yeah.
But I can't find them.
Okay.
So I got me my tambourine. It's pretty close, but not exactly.
Well, I mean, I'd say that's pretty clever for what we're doing the episode on today.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, we're doing alternative Christmas movies today. You got an alternative for the Jingle Bells?
Wait.
What?
No.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I sent you the list of like episodes that we're going to do this December.
Oh.
And the first one was alternative Christmas movies.
Don't have that list.
What'd you make? Just regular Christmas movies?
Yeah. Of course that's what I made.
Oh my gosh. So you don't have alternative Christmas movies on your list?
Mm-mm.
This episode's going to be a disaster.
Hello, I'm Phillip Osterday.
And I'm Daniel Cardiff.
The next few episodes, since we are now arrived into December, are going to be all about Christmas, or at least Christmas themed.
Yeah, we're getting into the feels, the Christmas feels.
Nice and warm and cozy. It smells like eggnog.
I hate eggnog. I don't know if you know this about me, but I absolutely hate it.
Didn't know that about you. I'll return that Christmas gift.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good.
It's probably going to go bad by Christmas, but you know.
Well, yeah. Why did you buy it a month and a half in advance?
I'm a planner.
So today we're doing alternative Christmas movies. I have seen most of the movies on the list. Phillip has seen less movies on the list.
Far less.
But the ones I haven't seen, he has. So I think we've got a pretty good list going here.
Yeah. It finally made it up to 10.
Yeah. It took a little while, but we finally got it going. Would you like to explain the criteria for today, Phillip?
Yes, I would. First, in the criteria, we have that it takes place during Christmas, but it's not about Christmas.
Right.
You know, not really about Christmas.
It has the facade of a Christmas movie, of the feels, but the plot does not revolve around Christmas Day.
And sort of going along with that, these movies, they got to be good no matter what time of year.
Mm-hmm.
So it may give you the Christmas feels right now,
Right.
but it'll also be a good movie when you watch it in August.
Yeah. Or May.
Mm-hmm. Or July. Christmas
Anywhere,
in July.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that.
You know.
And then number 3 is just, it kind of goes into number 2. It just has to be a good movie in general.
That's right.
So I don't know why we made that 2 separate things.
Because you know, that's how we do.
Okay. Yeah, we usually try to have 3, but I guess we just split one into 2 separate things, even though it's almost identical.
Also, fourth on the criteria is that if you have another podcast host, don't let him speak on the radio if he's got a cold, which I do. And I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I've been sick for like a month and a half now. So
is there an end to
no,
that sentence?
that was the end of that sentence.
Okay, I see.
So we're actually starting something new on our podcast. We realized that our last few episodes were a little long.
Tedious.
A little tedious. So when we see fit, we will do separate top 10s. But on a list like today, we just combined it into an ultimate top 10.
Ultra, I think is the exact wording.
The ultra lists are when Phillip and I rack our brains together and come up with the list.
It's also when our separate minds are not able to come up with 10.
Right,
like
exactly.
This exact scenario.
Exactly.
I also am learning that this podcast, we just do whatever the heck we want.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's coming.
No.
We got you.
No. And we might even move away from media-related stuff at some point.
We might just not do a podcast.
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, my nose is awful. Let's start this sucker.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Well, I was going to do the honorable mentions.
Oh, okay.
All right. So our honorable mentions, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Funny thing is, neither of us have seen it.
Nope.
But I've heard it's a good movie. So
I've never even heard of it.
I wanted to put it on there.
Thanks, Daniel.
You're welcome.
Honorable.
On other honorable mention is Willy Wonka. We believe it takes place around Christmas time, but Christmas is never mentioned.
It feels like Christmas when they get all that chocolate.
Well, for sure. Okay, well, never mind. I'm not even going to spend time on Willy Wonka today. And our last honorable mention is The Nightmare Before Christmas. The main reason why it's an honorable mention is because Christmas is a big part of that plot. So we didn't think it fit the criteria super well.
And we knew all y'alls would be upset if we didn't talk about it.
Right, because we all know that Nightmare Before Christmas is one of the best movies ever.
That's right.
So,
but we also know that there's 1,000 other probably Christmas alternative movies.
Right. We wanted to give them the spotlight.
Well, no. We didn't give them any spotlight because we didn't talk about them.
Oh, yeah. There's other movies like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Eyes Wide Shut that we didn't really bother with.
Can't believe you even named them. Jeez.
Yeah, you're welcome. So would you like to start with number 10, Phillip?
Number 10. We've got definitely the worst Iron Man movie that there is.
No.
Iron Man 3.
No, Iron Man 2 is worse.
Is Iron Man 2 worse?
Iron Man 2 is worse.
No, I'm pretty sure Iron Man 3 is worse.
The only thing good about Iron Man 2 is Sam Rockwell.
Which one's the one that I'm thinking of that's awful?
Probably Iron Man 2.
I feel like
Iron Man 3 is with the fake Mandarin.
Yeah, that's why it's awful.
Oh.
Everybody hates it.
I kind of like it.
You're an outlier. Like if there was a graphing chart of the whole world and their love for Iron Man movies, you'd be on another graph. And people would say that's not even a real person. That must be a machine that made this movie because of how awful it is.
So it made our top 10, even though Phillip must hate this movie. Iron Man 3, it's a fun action movie that has hints of Christmas in it. Kind of just towards the beginning. Once the mansion blows up, all that kind of goes away.
Yeah, I was doing my research.
Yep.
And I saw that there's a scene where Tony Stark dances with a Christmas tree, I believe. I don't remember it.
Jingle Bells plays, I believe.
Really?
And I was thrown very off guard when I first saw it in theater because I was used to Iron Man movies having AC/DC and Queen music playing. And then it was, and I knew that it was a different director. And as soon as that started up, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel like an Iron Man movie to me.
Sounds like another reason why you're a machine.
But it does start off the movie with a Christmas song and Tony Stark dancing to it.
There it is.
There it is. That's why it's on our list. It also snows.
So it's the last on the list because it's not a good movie, apparently.
According to Phillip. According to most people, except for me.
Except for Daniel.
And screenwriters, because it's got a pretty good script. As far as like
witty
script,
dialogue,
but like paint by numbers. Know what I'm saying?
No,
like script by.
Yeah, I
acts.
understand what paint by numbers is.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Like it's kind of just it's a pretty like structurally solid script.
Oh, like somebody that just got out of film school made it.
Yeah, although with a little bit more wit in the dialogue.
All right.
Because the director of this movie, I don't know, but if you know this, but he directed another movie on the list. So we'll get to that.
Oh. I'm so excited to find out.
I'll let you know.
Tell me what number 9 is.
Number 9 is going to be Rocky 4. So Phillip has not seen Rocky 4.
Sure haven't. So tell me, what is Rocky 4? Explain to me the movie.
Rocky 4 is a series of montages.
Huh. Really?
That's it. It's the whole
That's
movie.
the whole movie?
That's
It's
the whole
just-
movie. And
it's
then
just Rocky?
he ends the Cold War at the end.
What? Oh, because he's against a Russian
He's
guy.
against Draco
Draco.
or whatever his name is. Drago.
Draco.
Dragon.
I think Draco is is the Russian Drake, not Canadian. He's the Russian one, apparently.
Well, it's exciting because he's going to be in Creed 2.
Draco is?
They got Dolph Lundgren to come back.
the guy that played in Rocky 4?
He's the
How
villain.
old is he then?
He's pretty. I mean, he's like Stallone's age.
Is he going to be fighting?
I think
Creed?
he's fighting Creed.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I haven't watched any trailers, but the first Creed was good, so I have faith.
I did see the first Creed and I was with you.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
we lounged on the reclining.
That was the
chairs.
first time I'd ever been in a lounging reclining chair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was great.
It was. It was a good movie. But yeah, we're not talking about Creed. We're talking about Rocky 4. The probably on the better side of the Rocky movies as far as entertainment value goes. It's not a super good movie, but it's a really good guilty pleasure.
Huh. What do you think makes it feel like a guilty pleasure?
Because it's the fun parts of Rocky.
Okay.
It's the montages. It's the bad acting by Stallone.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's like Rocky movies are good because they're always building up,
Mhm.
and you're like you're ready to fight.
Yes,
whoever Rocky's fighting at the end.
And he ends the Cold War.
That is an impressive feat.
They wrap him up in an American flag at the end.
What's the best Rocky fight scene?
The movie Rocky Balboa that came out in 2006.
Okay,
That's got pretty good fighting in it.
got a good one.
I think it came out in 2006. I'll sound like an idiot if that's wrong. But
Number 8.
number 8, go ahead.
You've got Bale.
You've got Bale, is what I heard you say. You've got Bale, Christian Bale.
You've
is
got
on the
Christian
scene.
Bale on the brain, and you've
got
also
mail.
got mail in the mailbox.
And I have not. This is one of the 2 on the list that I have not seen.
And it's one of the few that I have,
Right.
surprisingly.
So tell me about it, Phillip.
So, you've got mail. It came out when American Online was it just the beeses kneeses. Everybody thought it was real cool.
Yep.
And that AIM, I don't know what that stands for. American International Mailing Units.
Okay.
I just added the U. I don't know what it is, but it's basically instant messaging. Oh, maybe that's what it is. American Instant Messaging.
Oh, there we go.
I got it.
There we go.
I've finally found it. Anyway, so it's about Tom Hanks finding the love of his life in a bookstore. It's actually a remake of an old movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But anyway,
Wow, Phillip, you knew a fact about a movie that I didn't know.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
very
more
much.
knowledgeable now.
Thank you. My brain just got a new wrinkle.
I don't love this movie, but I have a lot of people in my life that do. One of them being my sister, which is why I've seen it so many times.
Okay.
Because Jennifer just loved it and
Okay.
would watch it all the time. So I think she thought that she was Meg Ryan and that she was going to fall in love with Tom Hanks.
They meet at the top of a building at the end, correct?
I believe you're thinking of Sleepless in Seattle, which is the same movie.
So number 7 is Godfather.
Hold on. We need to explain why You've Got Mail
Oh.
is even a Christmas
Okay.
alternative Christmas. You didn't even let me explain the whole movie.
Give me You've Got Mail.
So Meg Ryan,
Beg Ryan.
Meg Ryan, and Tom Banks, they meet accidentally on the internet.
Okay.
And as they're meeting on the internet, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan meet in real life. And Tom
While
Hanks,
they're meeting on the
while
internet?
they're meeting on the internet, they don't know that they're the same people. So
I'm not tracking. Are
So
they
I don't know if
they're-
you've ever used the internet before, but you don't use your real name a lot of the times. You know what I mean? Like your email address isn't your full name. I mean, normally it is, but back in the old 90s,
Right.
you kind of come up with a cool.
My login for my PS3 is
Yeah.
Butthole McGee.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
So
alright.
Meg Ryan is Butthole McGee.
Okay.
And Tom Hanks is Paraphernalia por favor. And so Meg Ryan, Butthole McGee, is like, wow, Paraphernalia por favor sounds like a really interesting guy, and I'd like to get to know him. And so the whole movie, they're trying to get to know each other, and it starts off in the fall. And in the meantime, Tom Hanks is trying to buy Meg Ryan's bookstore. And he has
Oh,
a
so that's how they know each other in real life.
That's how they know each other in real life.
I see.
So Meg Ryan's like, oh, I really hate
Tom Hanks, but she loves this guy on the
she
internet.
loves Paraphernalia.
It's
por
like
favor.
it's like the Pina Colada song.
I don't think I've ever thought about the lyrics of the Pina Colada song.
You know what? I lied. It's not very similar at all.
Okay.
It has similarities, but not the same.
Okay, so in the middle of the movie, it's Christmas time, and Meg Ryan, she's already she like loves another guy, or is engaged to another guy. I think
Oh,
maybe
Scandalous.
she doesn't like him in the end.
Really?
Because she loves Butthole. No, she's
Butthole McGee.
She loves Paraphernalia por favor. And so she ditches nerd guy.
Really?
Because it's always the nerd guy that loses out. Excuse my nose. So yeah, it's Christmas time.
Okay.
So number 7.
Yeah. Okay. Number 7 is The Godfather. The reason, and now before y'all get up in arms that The Godfather is number 7 on a positive list,
Yeah.
not number 1, it doesn't have a huge feel of Christmas time in the movie. We understand The Godfather is probably one of the best movies ever made. But it's just not, it doesn't overwhelm you with those Christmas feels. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Godfather, can't say a whole lot about it that hasn't been said. Perfect, nearly perfect movie. Nearly perfect. Very sad and depressing. What I love to watch on Christmas Day. Sad and depressing movies.
I've seen Godfather so much, and I have some trivia for you.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
Let's see. The opening wedding periods celebrations were filmed over how many weeks?
How many weeks?
And employed how many extras?
I'm going to say 5 weeks.
Wrong. Already wrong.
More or less.
Less.
Okay. 3.5 weeks.
No.
More or less.
Less.
1 week.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job. How many employees? I'm sorry. How many extras who are probably employees?
30,000.
You're far off, but not that far off.
300,000.
Though it's 750 extras, which is still a lot of extras.
Oh.
Thanks,
That was-
IMBD.
Okay.
I've never seen The Godfather, but I bet it's great. And I'm
What?
sad
You just said you've seen it many
no,
times.
I lied to you.
Oh.
I've never seen The Godfather.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen The Godfather?
I don't remember.
So, thanks, IMBD. You saved our butts. You made us sound like you definitely didn't sound like we knew anything about it. But cool. We know that I've never heard anybody say, "Man, it's Christmas time. I want to see The Godfather."
And
Any other thoughts about Christmas and Godfather?
I mean, I like it. It's similar. It's kind of like Walter White in movie form, where he goes from good guy to bad guy.
Okay.
I like that. I've seen bits of this movie. I just don't remember if I've seen it all the way through.
Well,
But I like that story arc, and Christmas time is time for depressing movies.
is this the movie that has the horse head?
Yes.
I'd like to see that. I'd be very curious. I always imagine like those like plastic horse heads that people put on.
Yeah.
They'd like run around, and it's funny.
I remember watching the end of this movie with my sisters and my dad, and my dad was like, "Hey, watch this part," and the dad dies of a heart attack, and my sisters were sad, and my dad made fun of them. Number 6,
Krampus.
Krampus.
Also a movie I've never seen, so tell me about Krampus. Daniel.
Krampus is so good. I love Krampus. I wish personally, if this was up to personal preference, which it isn't, this would be higher on the list. But Krampus is great. This one, probably out of all of them on the list, revolve around Christmas time the most. It's about family, dysfunctional extended family get together for Christmas. Little old Max, he's not sure if he believes in Santa Claus anymore. He wrote him a letter just in case. He wants his family to be happy on Christmas, but they're not. They're dysfunctional. So he rips up the letter and throws it out the window, summons the demon Krampus, which they call Saint Nicholas's shadow.
Oh.
So it's like the
Peter
inverse.
Pan?
The inverse. What?
Peter Pan?
A little bit.
Okay.
By the way, once we're done with the podcast, I need to talk to you about Peter Pan's shadow in quotes. I need to tell you what Peter Pan was really doing in children's bedrooms.
Oh, no. I'm so scared of what you mean by that.
But Krampus, the demons come.
Hold on. You can't just drop that and not tell me what you mean.
Phillip.
Is it not podcast worthy?
I'm just saying. He's looking for his shadow.
Okay.
What do you think he was in there doing? Shadows don't have minds of their own. I don't care if you live in Neverland or not. All that does is keep you young. It doesn't make your shadow become its own being.
He does seem to be the only person with that problem.
Yeah. It's Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Little scallywag.
All right.
So the demons kind of come in three waves. It's toys, then elves, and then Krampus himself.
Whoa.
It's great. It's so good. It really does give you. If you go watch the trailer, it starts out and you think it's just going to be a Christmas movie. It's playing. It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year song, and it's like, oh, Merry Christmas, and all the families gathering up at the house, and then it's like Santa Claus is coming this year. It's great. It's all practical effects, or at least mostly. It's mostly puppets and stuff like that, with the exception of a few CGI gingerbread men. But fantastic movie. Fantastic.
So, on a scale of 1 to very, very spooky, where does it land?
That's the thing. It's at times a very good horror movie, and then other times it kind of winks at you.
Oh.
It's like we know this is little corny.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like with the gingerbread men.
Yeah.
It's like we know what we're doing here.
I see.
So it's good though. The look of Krampus is great. He's very, very intimidating. So yeah.
So what's number 5?
Number 5 is Batman Returns. Batman Returns. Lots of people, I think, don't like this movie because the Jack Nicholson one is so good, the first Tim Burton Batman movie. But then this one gets really dark.
Yeah, also a movie I've never seen.
I was telling Phillip earlier on, before we started recording, one of the reasons I love this movie is because when they're at the tree lighting ceremony, a girl falls to her death and lands on the button, and that's what lights up the Christmas tree.
It's very festive.
It's very
from
great.
what I'm hearing.
Very great. The movie starts out with the penguin's parents. The penguin's a baby. They have him locked in a cage.
Oh.
Because he's so deformed.
Oh.
And then they throw him in a river, hoping that he dies.
Like Moses?
Yeah, a little bit. And it's Pee Wee Herman is his dad. And the lady from Pee Wee Herman, the waitress.
Yeah.
She's Penguin's mom. They're married in it. And
Does he sound like Pee Wee?
I don't remember if they talk.
They probably don't.
But they throw him into the river, and then he's raised, I believe, by birds. I think is the penguin's backstory.
Okay.
And then he lives down the sewers. He's really gross.
Well, how does he become?
DeVito.
That's pleasant. How does he become icy?
Icy? What do you mean?
He's a penguin. Shouldn't it become like cold and?
Well, it's during Christmas time. There's snow outside. It gives you the feels of a very
No,
dark
I mean
Christmas.
like the penguin. To me, penguin is. I guess maybe I'm thinking of
You think of Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
No, the penguin's just a short, deformed man
That's true.
that has umbrellas.
I think I associate penguins with ice so much that I just kind of formed the two baddies into one.
No. Mr. Freeze isn't in it until Batman and Robin.
I see.
It sucks.
That's Arnold, right?
It's Arnold, yeah.
Okay. Number 4.
Oh, okay. I guess we're done with that.
Are you done?
It's a good movie. He's a very good villain. Maybe even better than Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Whoa.
Yeah. Danny DeVito is great as the Penguin. He bites off a guy's nose at one point, and then he, similar to the Joker, he falls to his death.
Oh.
I love it. You know me. I've mentioned it in our Pixar episode. I love when villains fall to their deaths. It's great. Okay.
It's
Number
very
4.
satisfying. Number 4 is Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. That's the other movie that the Iron Man 3 director directed.
Really?
Yes. Shane Black.
Huh. Well, I've never seen this movie. So tell me about it again, Daniel. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure that I've seen Lethal Weapon. And maybe another
Why did
movie.
you just say you didn't?
Because I don't remember anything about it.
Okay.
And like, I'm pretty sure it's rated R, so I probably saw it as a child and
Didn't like it?
wasn't able to see the whole
I
thing
see,
or whatever,
okay.
something like that.
So it's Mel Gibson in his prime, other than Braveheart. Braveheart is his best thing. Braveheart's one of the best things ever.
I have seen Braveheart.
Braveheart's pretty fantastic.
Of all 6 movies that I've seen in my whole life, plus the 20 Pixar movies, actually 19, I have seen Braveheart.
It's good. But you haven't seen Brave, the Pixar movie.
I have not seen Brave. I'm a little finicky with my Brave movies.
Okay. I mean, that's understandable.
I've actually
You got to be bold to watch them.
the only movies I've ever seen have been the movies that come from like Pizza Hut. With their
does that
pizzas.
mean?
They had a moment where you could see movies.
What?
You could order your pizzas.
What?
And they would give you a few movies. They were not very good movies. So
Oh.
you could do it.
But still, that's like, they need to do that still.
No, they don't.
They need to.
Yeah, I've never seen any good movies from it. That's for sure. I might give you a list later about
Dang
which
it,
movies
Phillip.
those are.
Now I want Pizza Hut.
We're getting dinner later.
I know.
Don't worry.
We are getting Italian. We're going to Bravo's.
Mm.
Bravo's. We give you a shout out.
Hey, give us money now. That's how it works.
What are we talking about? Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon. Action movie. Buddy cop. Probably the perfect buddy cop movie. You got
Perfect?
I'd say it probably perfected that idea.
I mean, what about that Jackie Chan movie with Chris Rock? That's pretty good.
Oh, the Rush Hour movies?
Yeah.
I don't even think that's Chris Rock, is it?
It's somebody. It's a black guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was Chris Rock.
Maybe.
You know what? You're not wrong.
It's a different guy.
It's a different guy. Chris Rock is not who I was thinking of.
Okay, but I know what you're talking about. Lethal Weapon's better than that movie. I can tell you that right now.
But what about that other one with Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson?
What? What movie you talking? What was that?
Oh, they were really dumb. These are the kind of movies my parents let me watch.
Well, Lethal Weapon ends with Riggs having Christmas dinner with Murtaugh and his family. Number 3.
Number 3. It's you.
Eddie Scissorhands.
Eddie Scissors.
Edward Scissorhands. Probably one of Tim Burton's best movies. You know what's funny? We have 2 Tim Burton movies on here and 2 Shane Black movies on here.
We did it on purpose.
And 2, well, we haven't gotten, never mind. Edward Scissorhands, probably one of Tim Burton's best, definitely in his top 5. It's been a while since I've seen it. You have seen this movie, correct?
Well, yeah, one of the few.
One of the few. So
It's been a while.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Winona Ryder is telling her granddaughter why the snow comes at Christmas time, correct? And then she ends up telling her the story of Edward Scissorhands.
I don't remember that.
I believe I 99% sure believe that that's what it is.
I never knew that.
Vincent Price is in Edward Scissorhands.
What?
Phillip loves Phillip loves Vincent Price.
He's my friend.
He's dead.
He's still my friend.
Okay. But yeah, he's the creator of Edward.
Did you know the first draft of the film was written as a musical?
That doesn't surprise me.
Did you know?
Probably, I probably don't.
Did you know that oh my goodness, look at this. Winona Ryder dropped out of The Godfather Part 3 to appear in this film.
Well, good.
So
this movie's better.
It was Johnny Depp who convinced her to do so. And then also, did you know that Johnny Depp also convinced her to do Stranger Things and to yell most of the time?
That I bet that's a lie.
It's an IMDb. That's what it said right after that.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of it's talking about Christmas lots in that movie.
A whole lot.
It's great.
Yeah.
Number 2, Philip. No, here's the thing about number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
I feel like either way, people are going to get mad at us for ranking these two the way that we did. So for those of you who disagree with us, you can shove it.
Well, you also could contact us at classiccountdownconversations.com.
Yeah, and rant at us, but we
won't read it.
We won't read it. We won't read those negative comments.
You'll feel better about yourself, but we won't feel bad at all.
Yep.
Which is what you wanted probably, but you're wrong.
Right. Here, give me that. I'm going to do
this?
Yeah.
You're going to do a bit?
I'm going to do a drum roll.
Oh.
Because people know it's going to be one or the other of these two movies. So let's.
Well, so everybody make your guesses.
Yeah, make
and
it.
Then, all right, you got it in your head.
Yep. Okay.
All right, here we go. It's Die Hard.
Die Hard is number 2. That's right, suckers. It's not number 1.
Everybody puts it number 1. We're not everybody.
Gotcha.
Gotcha good. Never seen Die Hard. That's probably why it's number 2.
I have seen it. Again, the villain falls to his death at the end.
Once again.
It's probably the best ever. The best ever villain falling to his death scene.
How realistic is it?
Well, I'm glad you brought this up. So the director told Alan Rickman, we're going to drop you on 3. Because they had him all rigged up on this thing for him to fall from this building.
Oh, and they did it early?
He dropped him on 2.
Ooh, that's so good.
So the reaction that Hans Gruber has in Die Hard is...
total fright.
Is complete fright.
Did he actually die then?
He did. He died from the fall, but it took 30 years for him to die from it.
Wait, what?
Alan Rickman is dead.
Oh.
He died like 3 years ago.
That's
I think he died in like 2015.
That took a dark turn for me.
Well, but yeah, villain falling to his death. What else do you want in a Christmas movie?
I don't know.
No, like if every Christmas movie ended with the villain falling to his death, I'd be happy.
It does seem like Home Alone would be better with that.
Yeah.
Home Alone 5.
Well, we're not. Yeah, that'd be good. Not Marvin.
And the villain is actually the boy this time. What's his name?
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
There is a theory that he became the villain in the Saw movies.
Is he in the Saw movies?
No.
Oh.
But like that villain is really into like traps and stuff.
Oh.
So there's a fan theory out there about that.
That's a good joke, people.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like to think it's true.
So what happens in Die Hard?
Die Hard, Bruce Willis, everyday kind of guy.
Yeah.
Everyday beat cop.
Okay.
And
wait, so let me ask you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just opened my mind. So Lethal Weapon,
Weapon came out a year before.
But best buddy cop movie? Better than Die Hard?
The first Die Hard is not a buddy cop movie. Because it's just him.
Oh, it's just him.
Mm-hmm. I think the second or third one is when Samuel L. Jackson comes in.
Wait, Samuel L. Jackson's in Die Hard?
Not in the first one, but he kind of becomes his little partner later on.
Learning new things. All these wrinkles
There we go.
we're learning on this podcast.
But it's great. They lock down a building, and lo and behold, Bruce Willis's family is inside the building that's locked down. So the stakes are personal.
Oh.
And he's the only cop inside. So he's got to take on these terrorists by himself.
Whoa.
It's pretty great.
Why can't he get help?
Because they have hostages inside.
He just happens to be inside.
He just happens to be in there. I don't remember how. He is climbing through air vents at one point.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's great. It's a good movie.
I like that.
But you know what's a funner movie?
I don't. Tell me.
Our number one spot. The Gremlins. Or Gremlins, whatever it's called.
I think it's just called Gremlins.
I know that I messed up as soon as it came out of my mouth. But Gremlins is number one.
Sometimes it's hard to be perfect.
Gremlins is a great movie. We could probably just go ahead and say Gremlins 2 can be at number one as well.
Never seen it.
But it's
I have seen
on
number
par.
one.
On par. Great Christmas alternative Christmas movie.
What I like about this one is
I feel like this is the one that both of us have seen and are vivid in our minds.
Yes. It made an impression on me.
Yeah, me too.
But it also made a Christmas impression on me. Because I can remember the gremlin like being around Christmassy lights or something.
And I will always remember the story that the girl tells about her dad dressing up as Santa Claus and getting stuck in the chimney and dying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gives you some heart and some depth.
But also very unrealistic.
Kind of.
No one goes down a chimney.
It depends on how big.
You would go down a chimney if it was big enough to fit your body in it?
If I knew it was safe.
No, it's not safe.
Oh.
Of course it's not safe.
Well,
it's a long drop. What you gonna do?
But you know what's really fun in that movie is the Gremlins.
It is the Gremlins.
The Gizmo is cute and cuddly. And then all the rest are nasty.
Sick, nasty.
They're sick, nasty. They're gross. They tear things to shreds. But then you know what the best part about Gremlins is?
I don't.
When the Gremlins die, all their deaths are very fun and creative.
I forget how does the last one die? They're in a store, and it's all like dark and crazy.
I just remember the blender. One gets shoved into the blender.
Oh, that's true. I think he gets electrocuted in water.
Okay.
In a pond of sorts.
Okay.
I think.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then
I didn't know how it was going to happen.
And the mean old lady, she gets on her little chair that goes up her steps, but the Gremlins have rewired it or hotwired it, so it goes really fast.
Oh, yeah.
She flies out the window.
That's pretty good.
It's hilarious. Old people dying.
Oh.
It's just so funny.
Well, I mean, they're already on their way out.
Oh, for sure.
Think that's what the movie...
You might as well get flung through a window and die.
That's what I want. I mean, wouldn't you?
I mean, I want to fall to my death. We've talked about this before. It's the best way to go out.
Weird. I wonder if you really are going to fall to your death.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You've had all these premonitions.
I don't know if I've told you this before, but when I was younger, I had like movies where I knew that the people fell to their death in it.
So you'd rewind it and watch it over again.
Rewind it. I told you when we talked about Pixar that I would just rewind Bug's Life over and over again. I was just talking to my sister about this last night. They would come into the room and I would just be rewinding people falling to their deaths.
You have a problem. You have a serious problem.
The part in National Treasure, when out of nowhere, one of the guys, one of the villains, because that movie's like, it's a little bit for the family.
It's PG.
But then a guy falls to his death when they're making their way down like the old wooden steps. Like an earthquake happens,
like out of nowhere,
and then he steps on a thing that breaks, and he falls to his death.
It's probably because everybody wants to use the Wilhelm scream, and
probably.
that's the best way to do it.
But I don't think it's used there.
I bet it is.
He's like, oh, no. And you can see his flashlight fall into the abyss. Oh, it's so good.
Huh.
The
Yeah,
Emperor
you're gonna be a
Palpatine.
serial killer when you grow up. That's what's gonna happen. And just pushing people off the high places. Or maybe it's more of a metaphorical thing. You're like Robin Hood. Push the rich people off their high
So that
horses.
was our alternative Christmas list. I think it's pretty good. For
I think it's
literally,
great.
I like texted Phillip probably like 2.5 hours ago. I was like, "Hey,
Let's
let's
not
today.
tell them our secrets and how unprepared we are.
This is the most unprepared that we've been."
Well, we did talk about it last night.
But then Phillip said, "Heck no."
Well, yeah. And then plans changed.
The
We're
plans
good.
changed and it worked out.
So rate us, because you know how much work we put into this.
I'm supposed to say the rate us part.
Well, you can turn your cell phone off and stop interrupting us, and then you can say it.
Hold on.
Do you need to take that?
No, it's okay.
Can you mute it, please?
I can't.
Yeah, you can. You use the power button, fool.
The power button.
Yeah.
Oh, it went off.
Okay.
What? Rate us.
There we go.
Rate us on our website and on not the website.
Don't
Rate
rate
us on Apple Podcasts and MySpace count.
Yeah, and also go to classiccountdownconversations.com. Ugh, my nose. Wait, but hold on.
Oh,
Because you can leave feedback if you'd like. You can also, I think you can give comments on our posts.
yeah.
And you could also give us tell Squarespace to give us money, because we use their services for our website, and
Yeah.
it's amazing, and it's very easy to make a website
And
using Squarespace.
did you see how much fun we had today? I think today was the most fun podcast we've done.
We've had a lot of fun today.
We went off the rails so much today. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. If you want us to stick around, do all that stuff that we just told you to.
Yeah.
And have a good week.
Tell your
Have a good
friends.
December.
Tell your friends about us.
Get into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
It's December 4th, I think.
I think that if all of our listeners told all of their friends, we'd have at least 7 more listeners.
We could maybe even get up into the dozens.
Maybe dozens.
There'd be dozens of you.
That's the second time that reference has been made.
Yep.
I'm glad.
So you guys have a good week. Get ready for Christmas. Have a festive time.